Thank you for tuning into TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Wisdom Wednesday. And we are talking the Tao Te Ching. Now, if you wonder what the Tao Te Ching is and why I go over it, well, it's basically a book of proverbs, just Chinese proverbs that they came up with. And one of the reasons that I like it is even though this was written 4,500 years ago, it still has prevalence in today's world, okay? A lot of us are trying to find different ways of connecting and change our perception on things and just how we process and be more connected with the environment around us, with the people around us, and just everything in general. And so this book talks about different ways in which to do that, which is why I wanted to go over it and read it. And that's why I'm doing it with you. So with that being said, let's get started. But before we do, please like, subscribe, and share, because if you get anything out of this content, chances are someone else will as well. So share with those you know, love, and care about. Okay. Now, also check out the links down below. We have one for my book, Tease Collections, written by me, stories and short stories, poems, a couple of songs, and then Young Living, which is essential oil company. So anything that you need with essential oils, they got it. From the ones you can consume to the ones you can clean with and all the ones in between. Help you on your spiritual journey, like everything, they have it. So check out the link below. And then let's get to it, okay? So this week it is called, and let me say this as well, because it does say verse 43. Now, although this says a verse, it's not religious text. This is more philosophical or spiritual, like that kind of realm, just because it's trying to help you become a better version of you, which is part of what this channel is about as well. So even though it does say verse, it isn't like your Bible or Quran or any of the rest of that. This is just like I said, just some stuff that old wise proverbs. Okay, so this one is called the Value of Minimums. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, it seemed like every single time I have to read one of these to y'all, or I sit down to do one of these videos with you guys, whatever topic is coming up, that's what I've been going through. Okay, but I'm gonna wait to the end to share that part with you. We just gonna get through this. It's a short verse, only two paragraphs. Okay, so that which is most tender can overcome that which is most rigid. That which is least substance can penetrate that which has least space. Acting without deliberate action and teaching without uttering a word are rarely practiced. So few find their way to the great integrity. Now, the great integrity is what they would consider, or what I believe is considered, like the creator spirit, God, Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, spirit, source, whatever name you give that creator spirit. Okay. That's what I believe the great integrity is. Okay. Now, if I'm breaking this down, looking at this, it says that that which is most tender can overcome the most rigid. When I hear that, I think about love. And when, no matter how afraid somebody or something, because this works with animals as well, no matter how afraid, the more tender you are, the more genuine you are, the more love you show them, the less rigid they become, the less frightened they become, the less fight or flight they get. And they actually can calm down. And I have a story for you on that, because y'all know me and my animals. If you don't know, you're about to find out. So my neighbor, and this is a joke on me too. So my neighbor has this rain bucket in the back of his the house, because I stay in a manufactured home. So in the back of his house, he has this rain bucket, and it was empty at the time. And one of the kittens, because we have stray cats here, and one of the stray cats had kittens, and the kitten got caught in the bucket all the way at the bottom. So my neighbor, I come out there, and he drinks. So my neighbor come out there, and he's looking at this cat, trying to get this cat out the bucket. And so I come over, I see it, I stick my hand in the cat freaking out. So I started doing little cooing noises, like, "Coo, it's okay, it's okay." And anyway, I'm able to pick the cat up and let it go, and it goes running around. Now, you may be thinking, why didn't y'all just knock the bucket over? Well, because I'm the animal nut and want to rescue everybody, and I wasn't thinking about knocking no bucket over, and he was drunk. So there you have it. That's why we didn't think about that. Hello, Wisdom Wednesday, okay? Just saying. So anyway, that cracked me up. So that which has the least substance can penetrate that which has the least space. Okay, so substance over anything. Like, people want things that are going to be meaningful to them, not something that's just going to take up some space. When you look around your house, sometimes we sit back and we look at all the stuff we have in it, but how many of us are really really happy with some of the stuff that we have in our house. I know me, I find myself that no matter what I try to do, I always end up in clutter. Like if y'all could see the rest of my desk, y'all only see a little bit, but if y'all could see the rest of the desk, the real stuff, the real deal, everything I'm working on is on this desk, y'all. Every single thing. It's a mess. So but it is substance because it's what I'm working on to improve my life. And after I can do this and get the stuff to work for me, I can do it for other people. So it's substance, but still, it's a mess. But okay, so acting without deliberate action and teaching without uttering a word are rarely practiced. I don't know about that. And the reason I say I don't know about that is because as a mother, um, sorry, y'all, as a mother, we practice teaching all the time without uttering a word. Your kid acting a fool, and most of us only have to look at them like, and they look at you like and then they just stop whatever it was that they were doing. We ain't said not one word, not one word, but they learned that lesson real quick. Okay, so I do think that you still can teach without uttering a word. Now, rarely practice, like I said. Do we practice it in teaching and everything we do? No, no. But sometimes silence can be a better teacher than any words we can utter. And the reason I say that is because in the silence is when we are able to hear our guiding forces. So regardless of what it is you believe in or not, whether you believe that, there's a creator spirit or angels or guardians or ancestors or any of that, a lot of times, even if it's just your subconscious that you believe in, when you quiet, that's when you can hear it, and that's when those lessons come through. And I think that might be what it is that they're talking about. However, I still stand by that mama one, because if you ain't do what they said when they looked at you, bam, that's right, you got it, you got your butt beat. But anyway, so few find their way to the great integrity. And I think nowadays this is becoming how can I say it, it's not such a few and far in between type of situation. More people are becoming conscious of the things that they're doing. More people are becoming aware of their connection to the other people, to the environment, even spiritual connections. So I think more people are starting to find their way back to the great integrity, that it's not as bad as it used to be. Because I remember when I first started understanding and going through my own spiritual journey, there wasn't a lot of people talking about the things that I was talking about. Like, to find somebody who knew something about chakras was like, what? You know something? Or to learn about herbs and things like that, or come across people who use herbs or even want to, was far and few in between. And over the years, I've noticed that it has increased and increased and increased. And I do want to commend our younger generation, because a lot of them are the ones that are coming to me with the information. I'm sitting there like, what? How you know about that? So I do think more people are finding their way back to what they call the great integrity or spirit source, the environment, whatever name you want to give it. But that energy, we are finding our way back to. So I would say I don't necessarily agree with that part, as far as what's been happening over the past few years. As they said, hindsight is 2020, and in 2020, that was one of the things that was talked about, is that people were starting to wake up and see things as they were. So you have that as well. But that's it for the Dial to Chain. Again, if you liked it or got anything out of this, please like, subscribe, and share. Do your girl a solid, okay? And subscribe and share. Because if you get anything out of this content, chances are someone else will as well. And check out the links below. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.